What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at something Inclaw has been doing for the past 2 months secretly. It's a secret project that they are soon releasing, and they gave me the first batch of the test items, right? It is their brand new cartridge system. There you go. What's brand new about this cartridge? Well, it will look exactly the same as all other cartridges on the market, except there is one key difference that is hidden inside of the cartridge. Now, due to an NDA agreement with them, I cannot disclose exactly what changes they made, but I do understand what they changed, and it is basically going to be a game changer for a lot of people. It will increase your tattooing efficiency. And yeah, it's gonna be great for you as a tattoo artist and for our canvases, because they will end up having better tattoos because of this one change that they did inside the cartridge. Now, what is that change? Well, they changed something with the resistance level of the cartridges. What do I mean by that? Well, if I read this thing in the back, it says 1209 RM, which is the typical code for a 9-round Magnum, but at the end of it there is a -1. Alright, what does that -1 mean? Well, now you can buy specific resistance levels depending on what cartridge you want to buy. So, like 1209 RM -1 means -1 is for soft. -2 is medium, and -3 is hard resistance. Now, what does -1 soft resistance mean? Well, if you're using a machine with 3.5 millimeter stroke and below, maybe, or a 3.0 millimeter stroke, and running with a weaker motor that only has 9,000 to 10,000 revolutions per minute, then this is the type of cartridge you need, which is a soft resistance cartridge, meaning it's meant to be used with these weaker machines. Now you have the -2, which is, well, for the typical stronger machines running from 11,000 to 12,000 revolution per minute motors, and maybe 3.5 millimeter stroke up to about 4.0. And then you have the -3, which is for the stronger machines or stronger motors that run higher than 12,000 revolutions per minute. Like their Maxon motors, they require it's a strong motor and needs a stronger cartridge, as well as stroke levels from 4.0 up to 5.0. You need a -3 resistance cartridge. Now, what is a -3 resistance cartridge like? Well, are you familiar with the Kian cartridges and the Kian machines and the Bishop 5.0 stroke machine? Yeah, those have stronger resistance levels on their cartridges. They're meant to be working together. Now, if you use that high resistance cartridge on, let's say, a Dragonhawk machine, then you're gonna notice that the Dragonhawk machine is not performing like your stronger machine. Now, the reason behind that is, well, for number one, does the better machine or the stronger machine, or the typically better machine, is running at a much stronger resistance on the cartridge. If you're gonna use a high resistance cartridge on a weaker machine, it's not gonna hit right, it's gonna feel awkward, and it's not gonna saturate as quickly. You need something to match that machine. You need something to match a Dragonhawk, and that's with a lower resistance cartridge. So it's not saying that these other machines are better than their counterpart, right? Like Kian and Dragonhawk. They're two different machines, two different brands. They work in different ways. Now, this one can pack really, really fast with their needles. Great, that's a powerful machine. Good, I like that. I love power with my machines. Honestly, I'm guilty about that. I like having stronger power because in my mind it is more efficient and I can tattoo faster. To an extent that might be true, but then you're gonna miss out on other things that other machines can do. Now a Dragonhawk machine might not be able to pack as quickly as that machine, but you have more control on this machine based on my experience, especially with like realism shading and black and gray stuff. You want a bit more control. There you go. But then if you're gonna use a high resistance cartridge on that machine, it makes it a little bit difficult. So with a lower resistance cartridge on that kind of machine, you'll have a pretty much even playing field. And trust me when I say this, I used a machine that I had difficulties in the past. Like I barely even used I stopped using it because I didn't like how it felt. Right? It was I'll just tell you, it's a Dragonhawk Tour S. I used it for a while, although I told my artist to use it on me, and he made like this tattoo, which is pretty damn good. But I never found comfort using it, and I slapped on one of these soft resistance cartridges on it, and it felt like tattooing with a hot knife through butter is what it felt like. It felt smooth and easy. Check out the video, you be the judge. Alright, so we're using the Mast Tour S pen from Dragonhawk along with a -1 or a soft resistance cartridge, a 7RS from Inclaw. Now in the past I had difficulty using the Mast Tour S for lining, but as you can see clearly with this cartridge, the 7RS-1, it looks really good. And really guys, when you're lining using this kind of cartridge, it feels like running a hot knife through butter. It feels smooth and it's pretty damn consistent when you line with it. It takes a little bit getting used to because you'll be taken aback by this because of how easy you're applying this the ink and the line. So it's a good change and it's a good adjustment feeling. You'll actually feel really happy when you're pulling lines with this cartridge. Alright, so here is a longer line for you all to see, and let me say guys, the Mast Tour S in the past, during the time I reviewed it, it really had a problem with saturating power lines or thicker lines. And basically lining in general. I might have been using a bad cartridge at that time as well, but I feel like the resistance level of that cartridge that I was using had a big factor into it. And possibly also the client skin, that is another issue. But here you can clearly see that the lines being created by this tattoo machine now, plus this cartridge, looks pretty damn consistent and looks good. Alright, now down to the shading. I have attached the machine with the 9RM-1, meaning the soft resistance round magnum. I used a 9RM because that's the only one that they sent me. I would have done this easier or faster if I were using maybe a 7 or a 5 because, well, a 9RM is pretty big for this tattoo. But as you can see, saturating black or just saturating ink in general is pretty damn fast now with the new cartridge compared to the old one, to the older tattoo or the older video that I made that did not have this same cartridge equipped on it. Can you whip shade with this? Yes, you can. Here you can see me doing like these curve motions. They're kind of like curve whips because I'm following the shape of the cloud, right? And I'm not applying a lot of pressure because I want to create like a gradient effect or almost like a smooth look with straight black ink, and it is possible. Here you go. Alright, so if you aren't a believer yet, well, this portion of the video will probably convince you the most because check out how quickly this packed the red in. Alright, it wasn't like this when I first used it. It wasn't like this when I first packed using this machine. It is packing way better now with the better cartridge attached to it. I feel like American Traditional is the best style of tattooing to showcase or to test out new tattoo equipment, new machines, new cartridges, because they have all the fundamentals of basic tattooing. And that's the kind of fundamentals you need to see when you're looking at the performance of new equipment. And here it is, check it out. Now that you've seen the video, you can see what I meant by the difference between how it was before and how it is now. I mean, I'll pop a link right here to that review video I made on it that received a lot of hate because I was blaming my canvas, blah blah blah, whatever. But in reality, that is a factor. Research it, use your brain, use Google, and you'll find out the truth, alright? Anyway, you guys can see clearly that it works. It worked for me. I could tell that it was working fine. Now I do have a ton more to go through, and that is only one tattoo that I've tried it out on, but I kind of wanted to be first in mentioning this out there, right? You know, like YouTuber stuff. So I'll be running more tests on these cartridges, so look out for that. Right now it is not yet available for sale, so as I prolong or as I create more tattoos using these cartridges, then you will have more proof and you can have more references to see if these cartridges are worth buying. Alright, that's it for this video. Don't forget to hit that like, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell so that you're notified on what's coming next, and I'll see you all on the next video. Later.